Look inside the average grocery cart, and you'll find something ridiculous. People are spending so much money every single week while getting worse and worse food in return. They have fancy protein bars, trendy powders, imported superfoods with price tags that make your wallet cry. And meanwhile, some of the most powerful foods on the planet are sitting on the back shelves, costing pennies a serving, being completely ignored. And there's a good chance your grocery cart is making the same mistake. Maybe the snacks you buy every week are not as nutritious as you think. So get ready, because today we are telling you the only 11 groceries you have to buy every week. According to nutrition experts, one of these foods is so cheap and so overlooked that it actually outperforms most of the expensive superfoods and supplements combined. Number 11 is garlic. And here's something almost nobody realizes when they toss a clove into a pan. The compound that makes garlic medicinal doesn't exist inside the clove at all. It's created the instant you crush it, when two separate substances inside the plant collide and form a lysine, a chemical capable of lowering blood pressure by an amount close to actual medication. Miss that step, and you're left with flavor and nothing else. Most people destroy this power without knowing it, tossing whole cloves into hot oil the second the pan is ready. So next time you cook a dish, remember to crush it, let it rest for 10 minutes, then cook it low and slow. That's impressive for a food that costs about 5 cents a bulb, but the next item solves a problem doctors have been hating for years. Number 10 belongs to wild canned sardines, and this is where a popular seafood assumption falls apart. People spend a fortune on wild salmon. They think bigger, more expensive fish must be healthier. But these bigger fish sit higher on the food chain, which means they have decades of accumulated mercury. On the other hand, we have sardines. They only eat plankton, so they stay almost entirely free of that contamination, while still delivering one of the highest concentrations of brain-supporting omega-3 fat of any food on this list. Do you know the mistake almost everyone makes? They scrape out the soft bones before eating. They don't even know those bones hold over 90% of the calcium in the tin. Buy the ones packed in olive oil, not refined seed oil, and never drain that oil away. It's all absorbed nutrients you're about to pour down the sink. Most people think canned fish is a downgrade. The truth is the opposite. Number 9 takes down one of the most bogus and repeated myths in the entire grocery store: frozen blueberries. For years, people assume fresh produce automatically beats anything frozen, but flash freezing locks berries in at their peak nutritional content, sometimes making their antioxidants easier for your body to absorb than fresh berries that spent a week in transport losing vitamin C along the way. Did you know this stuff is so good that deep blue pigments have been linked to slowing brain aging by years? Not months, years. But remember, washing berries before storing them speeds up mold and rot. Buy them frozen, skip the wash, and you're paying half the price of out-of-season fresh fruit for the same and sometimes greater benefit. Number 8 is a mistake happening in kitchens across North America right now: the sweet potato. Most people peel off the skin before eating, oblivious of the fact that they just threw away a huge portion of its fiber and antioxidants. Sweet potatoes are so good that once on a small island in Japan called Okinawa, home to one of the highest concentrations of centenarians ever recorded, this root once supplied over 60% of daily calories for an entire population that lived insanely long lives. Despite tasting sweet, it barely spikes blood sugar. But there's a second mistake. Eating it without any fat means your body can't absorb its vitamin A at all. Keep the skin on, add a drizzle of olive oil, and a root that costs under 30 cents becomes one of the most studied longevity foods on the planet. Number 7 dismantles a myth that was forced down an entire generation's breakfast habits: whole eggs, yolk included. For decades, doctors warned people away from egg yolks, blaming them for heart disease. But the science has shifted dramatically. Dietary cholesterol barely affects blood cholesterol levels for roughly 3 out of every 4 people. Meanwhile, that yolk contains almost the entire nutritional value of the egg, including a brain-critical nutrient called choline that over 90% of people fail to get enough of. Throwing it away isn't cautious, it's just wasteful. One thing to be cautious about is giving half-boiled eggs to children. Actually, it's better to avoid yourself. Salmonella bacteria can reside on eggshells or inside the egg yolk. Cooking eggs until both the white and yolk are firm kills this bacteria. Leaving the yolk runny leaves a slight chance that salmonella survives. Most healthy adults can consume half-boiled eggs safely, especially from reputable suppliers. But undercooked eggs are not recommended for high-risk people, including pregnant women, young children, older adults, and individuals with weakened immune systems. Number 6 is where supplement lovers need to rethink their priorities. Most of the expensive supplements get outdone by a bag of raw nuts. Walnuts. People spend real money on fish oil capsules trying to get omega-3 fats, unaware that walnuts are the only tree nut on Earth carrying a respectable amount of plant-based omega-3 naturally. Long-term studies suggest regular walnut eaters live over a year longer than people who skip them. But if you leave walnuts in a warm pantry, their delicate fats start turning rancid within weeks, destroying the benefit before you even notice a taste change. Store them in the fridge or freezer and never peel that thin brown skin off. It's holding most of the antioxidant content. Number 5 is plain Greek yogurt. One properly strained serving delivers roughly the same protein as 3 whole eggs. But right next to it on the shelf sits flavored, healthy yogurt, loaded with 15 to 25 grams of added sugar per cup, wearing a health halo it hasn't earned. That's not yogurt. That's a random dessert in disguise. And when liquid separates on top of real, plain yogurt, most people pour it out, unaware that they're dumping bioavailable protein and calcium straight down the drain. So when you go shopping, buy plain, sweeten it yourself with real fruit, and stir that liquid back in. Number 4 is where science stops sounding like nutrition and starts sounding like a biology myth. Dark leafy greens, especially spinach. Just 1 to 2 servings a day has been linked to a brain that functions as if it's 11 years younger. Don't worry, it won't turn you into a child if you are young. It's just going to make you active. The mechanism is almost unbelievably simple. Spinach is loaded with dietary nitrate, which your body converts into a molecule that physically relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. But boil spinach in a pot of water, and up to 70% of its nutrients leach out before it ever reaches your plate. You have to steam it, saute it, or drop it frozen straight into a simmering dish instead. Number 3 earns backing from health authorities that most grocery items never get near, including the FDA and the American Heart Association. Whole grain oats. Oats are packed with soluble fiber, physically trapping cholesterol-rich bile acids, so your liver is forced to pull cholesterol directly out of your bloodstream to replace what's lost. Oats also contain a rare antioxidant found in almost no other food. But not all oats are good. Instant flavored oat packets erase nearly all of the good stuff, smuggling in sugar and refined starch behind a health food label. So just buy plain rolled or steel-cut oats in bulk, and you're paying around 13 cents a serving for one of the most clinically validated foods in this entire list. Number 2 might be the single biggest myth standing between you and better health. Extra virgin olive oil. Millions of people avoid cooking with it, convinced its lower smoke point makes it dangerous or unstable at high heat. That belief doesn't make any sense. High-quality olive oil remains unbelievably stable during normal home cooking, and it has a secret, something even more surprising. A compound called oleocanthal that behaves almost identically to ibuprofen inside your body, calming inflammation from the inside out. That peppery sting at the back of your throat when you taste a good bottle? That's the compound working exactly as intended. Here's a tip. Choose dark glass bottles with a recent harvest date, keep it away from heat and light, and stop wasting money on refined oils that strip all of this out. And now, the food that outranks everything you just heard. Comment what you thought number 1 would be. Remember that cheapest food claim from the very beginning? This is it. For less than 15 cents a bowl, lentils deliver more fiber and more protein per dollar than almost anything else sold in a grocery store. They sit in your pantry for years without spoiling. They never need refrigeration until cooked. And they appear in nearly every population on Earth famous for extreme longevity. They stabilize blood sugar, feed the bacteria living in your gut, and according to the research, support your heart more effectively than many supplements people pay far more money for. It's cheap, nearly indestructible, backed by decades of research across cardiovascular health, metabolic health, and longevity science. That combination is why lentils sit above everything in the list. Next time you're standing in a grocery aisle, don't ask what's trendy. Ask what's actually working and let us know how many of these groceries were on your list.